They say the night hides secrets, but for a cab driver, it's just another shift. Or at least that's what I thought. Until she got in.
Dispatch. Over radio.
Car 54. Pickup request. Location. Old Pine Road.
Old Pine? Who's calling the cab out there?
He sighs, grabs his coffee and starts the engine. Alex's cab pulls up to an empty, foggy road. The headlights struggle against the dense mist. He scans the area, confused.
Great. A prank.
Suddenly, a woman steps out from the shadows. She's pale, dressed in an old-fashioned gown, soaked from the rain. Her movements are slow, but deliberate.
I need a ride? Yeah.
The woman nods and gets in without a word. Her pale hands clasped tightly in her lap. Water drips from her gown onto the cab floor.
Where to?
The woman whispers an address softly. Her voice is chilling, almost echoing.
All right, buckle up.
Inside the cab, the atmosphere grows tense. The radio plays faint static, and the dashboard clock ticks louder than usual.
So, late nights, huh?
The woman remains silent, staring out the window. Shadows outside seem to shift unnaturally, their movements synchronized with the ticking clock. Suddenly, the radio cuts out, replaced by faint whispers. Alex glances nervously at the passenger in the mirror. The whispers grow louder, forming faint words. Alex grips the wheel tighter, his knuckles white. The cab pulls up to an old, abandoned house. The headlights illuminate cracked windows and overgrown weeds.
This is it?
The woman nods and hands Alex an old coin. Her fingers are ice cold, and the coin feels unnaturally heavy. She steps out and walks toward the house, her figure growing fainter with each step.
Oh, hey, you forgot?
He stops mid-sentence as the woman vanishes before reaching the door. A gust of wind slams it shut. Close-up of Alex's hand holding the coin. It's dated 1925, tarnished, but glinting eerily in the dim light. Alex investigates the address and the coin. He discovers that the house belonged to a woman who vanished in the 1920s after being betrayed during a heist.
She wasn't just a passenger. She was a story. A ghost from a time long gone. But why me?
Alex's research leads to unsettling discoveries. All drivers who pick up this passenger disappear within days. In 1925, Evelyn Graves was a young heiress swept up in a whirlwind romance with Victor Blackwood, a suave con artist with a hidden agenda. Victor lured her into a daring heist, convincing her it was a way to reclaim her stolen inheritance. Trusting him, Evelyn agreed, unaware she was being set up. During the heist, Victor and his gang betrayed her, framing her as the mastermind and fleeing with her family's fortune. Evelyn, heartbroken and desperate, sought refuge at a secluded house, their supposed meeting spot. Instead, she found Victor waiting, not with love, but with cold-blooded intent. Her screams were swallowed by the storm that night, her body never found, and her story erased from the world. But Evelyn's spirit endured, tied to a single relic of her betrayal, a coin forged from her stolen jewels, dated 1925. Now, she roams the foggy roads, seeking justice and vengeance, drawing her betrayers and anyone who dares cross her path into her eternal nightmare.
Your time is running out.
Alex decides to confront the ghost. He drives to Old Pine Road at midnight. The
If I'm part of this, I'm ending it tonight.
woman appears just like before. She gets in silently.
No more games. Who are you? What do you want?
The woman finally speaks, her voice echoing eerily.
Take me to where it ended.
She gives an address, an abandoned warehouse. The cab stops at the warehouse. Shadows twist unnaturally around the building. The air feels heavy.
This is it, isn't it? Where they betrayed you.
Inside the warehouse, Alex finds a group of elderly men. They look terrified as the ghost appears before them.
You took my life, now I take yours.
The ghost forces them to relive the night of her death. Their screams echo as they vanish into shadows. Alex watches in horror. The ghost turns to him.
Your time is borrowed, Alex. Drive carefully.
Alex wakes up in his cab at dawn, alone. The dashboard clock is frozen at 12 a.m. He looks in his pocket and finds the coin, now burning hot.
She's gone. But the ticking never stops.
Alex's cab drives away. In the back seat, a faint shadow lingers.